Hello, Dread Knights. How are all of you doing? Today, on this first day, we are going to be playing Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, because we are going to be watching Scott Pilgrim versus the World for our movie watch-along tomorrow, so I figured it would be kind of appropriate to kind of segue in. So this game, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, is kind of based off the movie, but also the comic book that it is, named after, because most people probably don't know. Scott Pilgrim versus the World was originally a graphic novel series before it became a movie. That was obviously Michael Cera was the one who played Scott Pilgrim in that, as well as Ramona Flowers was played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, a very good actress. Anna Kendrick, right when Anna Kendrick hadn't blown up just yet with her roles, was pretty good in that particular film as well. You know, so there's a lot of interesting things about it. So the video game is going to use the style of, obviously, the comic books, but most of the story is going to be kind of similar to the movie. With, I think the only real thing they've added from the comic books was the MV Adams style, as well as the Nega Scott storyline that's completely devoid in the movie that we'll be watching tomorrow. So that's a little bit of a light spoiler alert. So for those of you who are not familiar with Scott Pilgrim falls in love with Ramona Flowers. In order to date her, she has to basically, or he has to defeat her 7 evil exes, which you're seeing right now on screen. Now, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is kind of a classic beat-em-up game. So if you're familiar with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, those type of games, we're going to pick average Joe setting, because that's actually normal setting in this game. Even though some people call it easy, it's not easy. That's normal setting. And then the other two are like hard and very hard. So it's a beat 'em up. There is a level up system. You can max out your characters at level 16. My Scott Pilgrim is at level 16. Snowy Toronto, don't be late for the big show. We start with 3 lives. I have maximum life as well as maximum gut points. Gut points are basically used to do your special attack, which is a spin kick. I believe it's also tied to being able to summon your assist, which for Scott should be knives. Chow. So you have a lot of moves at your disposal. Just a forewarning, because I have not played Scott Pilgrim versus the World at least in a good 2 years since it got re-released. I am playing this on the Nintendo Switch version. In case you're wondering, I'm not playing on the Steam version today, so you're actually getting a Nintendo Switch game. So if it doesn't look as graphically... Oops. My problem in this game sometimes is that, my Joy-Cons do drift a little bit, because obviously wear and tear from years of using them, and I don't want to really pay $70 for brand new Joy-Cons. Considering, like, there's just major Joy-Con defects on these controllers, just in general. I hope whatever Nintendo's next system is, even though I don't think I'm going to be upgrading to any more console systems in the foreseeable future, I really do hope that whatever the next system is, that they do, like, some quality assurance in regards to the actual Joy-Cons themselves, particularly the analog sticks, because I'm starting to feel like they intentionally have these terrible manufacturer defects just so you can buy 70 controllers over and over again. Like, $70 controllers are pretty expensive. Look at the PlayStation 5 in particular, which that even itself, like, a lot of people have a big beef with Sony. I can't complain, really, or argue that they're wrong. But, like, with Sony PS5 controllers, they also are known for having a lot of stick drift because they use very shoddy parts. In fact, the parts that they use, particularly, which is called the pedometer for game controllers, is actually a part that you can buy on the internet for about $2 to $3. So it's maybe a $5 part that they put in here. So it's intentionally designed to wear and tear after a while, just overuse on them. So they have been introducing newer controllers that are third-party controllers. Those are what's called, what is it called again? There's this certain thing that they have in them now where it's apparently supposed to be like an anti-drift type of stick system. But the problem is those controllers themselves run in the upwards of anywhere between $200 to $300 to $400, some of those controllers. I think the cheapest I've seen one of those non-drift controllers, which I think it's Cloud Tech, is it? Or something of that nature, is about... Literally, I think there was like a PlayStation 5 controller that was like $200, and then I think the Xbox controller, the lowest one, was like $150. So if you want to apparently have these alleged controllers that don't drift, you need to fork over almost the price of a console, which at that point is it like Is it really worth it, considering you don't know how long... Well, I guess for, like, PC gaming, it's always going to use Microsoft controllers, so maybe the Xbox One is not necessarily a bad investment, but you have to factor in other things. Okay, so let's say your sticks don't, like, drift, or you buy a controller where the sticks don't drift, for that matter, right? So one of the problems that you're going to end up having, though, is buttons are going to eventually break and wear and tear, because, ironically, I have a Power 8 controller that's my Xbox controller, which I did mention has broken. I haven't had time to really buy the replacement for it. But with the Xbox, particularly the Power 1 controller I had, the first controller I had stick drift, where the sticks just completely malfunctioned and broke because the pedometer inside them got completely worn out from what's considered overuse. But obviously, if you're a gamer or you're a content creator like myself, you're going to go through a lot of controllers just because you're going to spend a lot of time capturing footage, and you're going to spend a lot of time prepping material, and you're going to spend just a lot of time using these things, right? So the first pair, the analog stick broke on, obviously, the left side. It's always the left side that breaks before the right side. Then the second controller that I had, which was the replacement one, because that one was actually under warranty, that controller, also the stick started drifting, but I was no longer within warranty. So then my sister actually, as a gift, got me another controller, which was a blue one, same Power 8 Xbox controller. And that one, the sticks were starting to have a little bit of minor drift in them, but it wasn't super noticeable. But what ended up happening, and people will remember from my Diablo 4 stream at the beginning of Season 5, my X button literally just caved in. It just couldn't keep itself going. It just was like, nah, fam, you're hitting this button too much. I wasn't even, like, over hitting it or pressing it, like, with a lot of anger. Scott's late fees. Oh, I guess we can't afford to pay for that just yet. I thought I had that unlocked, but I don't remember. So what ended up happening really is, like, the controller broke there. So my thing is, like, even if you buy these non-stick controllers or non-drift ones, what are you going to really do if then the buttons are going to break? Like, we need some, like, super high-tech controllers that don't malfunction whatsoever. Like, I'll put this into perspective for you, right? I have some... What are they? I have an N64 controller has never malfunctioned. I have a Dreamcast controller from Dreamcast era, where I've had launch day Dreamcast controllers that still function perfectly. And then I have backup Dreamcast controllers that I got at a local store that sells, like, vintage video game stuff. And I have, like, 3 extra Dreamcast controllers from the UK, which have the blue swirl on them. They have never malfunctioned, even though I don't use them super heavily. And I'm so confused as to why stuff from, like, you know, almost 20-something years now at this point are able to kind of just be fine, but then something like newer controllers, when we're in better technology era, are just malfunctioning. And the only thing I can think of is that, honestly, manufacturers are doing things intentionally so that you buy a new particular controller and you keep spending those $70 or your $80. At some point, these controllers, I think, are even going to kind of skyrocket into the upwards of maybe even $100, which I just find is, like, freaking insane that they're getting to that thing. And they use the excuse of inflation and stuff, but, like, even if you really break down all the parts in some of these controllers, you'll be astonished to find out most of them it's dirt cheap. It doesn't cost the price of what they're asking for these controllers, so they're making, like, a big profit off of them. Like, probably in theory, most of that controller is only going to cost them about $30. Realistically, manufacturer costs maybe even less, maybe 20, because they buy this stuff in bulk. And then they're just passing it off and making, like, an additional 50 off of you, realistically speaking. And it's just unfortunate that that's the way it is in terms of gaming, too. Like, I really find... This is a secret, by the way, in case you're wondering. This is, like, Wallace's shop, where you can buy a whole bunch of things from him. I'm not going to buy anything because I don't think we need any of these level ups, and some of them are pretty expensive, and we might, at this point, need to save that for health items, because we got... There's, like, technically 8 stages in the game, even though you're going to fight 7 evil exes. I'm not faring too well right now. Again, I'm kind of a little bit out of practice. One thing that I do love about this game is the particular sound design is phenomenal. So, like, here, we're actually, like, in a little bit of a gateway, hallway thing. You can hear, like, the echo of it. And then, as you're moving away, and the snow is, like, kind of you know, adding onto it and accumulate, you kind of hear in the background that the, you know, the sound is getting lower and lower and lower in terms of the music, and as you go into the snow, these are nice little nuances. Anamaguchi did the soundtrack for this game, and if you don't know who Anamaguchi is, shame on you. They've done some of the most amazing 8-bit music work. They're familiar, like, they've done a lot of games in the past that just use 8-bit MIDI music, so, you know, if you don't know who they are, Google Magic them, my friend, because if you like 8-bit music like this is, like, one of the best composer teams to really listen to. I mean, I have the soundtrack of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. It's something that I have on my phone. I listen to it frequently. It's a good go-to-bed type of music for me. Because, you know, people who know me very well know I like, a wide variety of music, but particularly I'm always fond of listening to, like, video game soundtracks in particular, just because there's something about video game soundtracks in particular for me that's, like, just the sound design on them. It's pretty good. Now, if I break all these boxes, I can get more currency, which currency is, like, very important in this game, because you have to buy it for food to be able to, like, restore your health, as well as buy power-ups. I think I'm pretty much maxed out on my stats on my character, because he's at level 16 and I've bought a whole bunch of crap. But you can, like, min-max your characters in this game, which is kind of a little bit layer of depth. This game is a lot harder than I'm making it look to be. As we get a little further on, you're going to see the difficulty spike. So this is Matthew Patel, Ramona's first boyfriend that she only dated for 1 week and dumped. And they only kissed once. As you can see, he's already glowing because I'm a little bit too OP for him. So he's not going to be able to cope with me. Okay, he's got his sexy hipster chicks, as it's called. No, they're literally called sexy hipster chicks. Or what was it? Sexy demon chicks? When we watch the movie tomorrow, you'll know for certain. I gotta watch out for the Hadoukens. And I got hit, but we knocked them out. So it's pretty easy. He is the first boss. He's actually a little bit harder, but because I'm, like, level 16, which is max character cap, it's gonna be mostly a breeze. It's not until we get to, like, level 6, 7 that we're gonna start having our ass handed to us with some of the bosses. Okay, area cleared. Perfect, perfect. Okay. So you got a little bit of XP and coins for actually, depending on the amount of enemies you KO'd. Alright, so we retreat to our first cutscene of Scott and Ramona. Ramona's the one in the blue hair right now kissing. And then you have Kim and Steven Stiles in the background. Kim used to be Scott's girlfriend that he dumped because he moved away. And then, ironically, Kim moved into his neighborhood, and he never gave her the memo that he had broken up with her. So she was, like, kind of jaded. And yet they play in the same music band together, which is kind of weird. I mean, that makes things a bit awkward. Uh-oh, paparazzi, we gotta be careful. Let's block. I've blocked that. This is where we're gonna get comboed. Okay, let's take out the paparazzi. I really hate the paparazzi because they're just kind of annoying. And they kind of stun lock you, which is, like, I gotta wait. I don't want to summon Knives, but I might have to at this point. Go, Knives. You... wrong direction. Alright, well, that's fine. It caused a distraction, so that's what matters here. The music in the stage is good. This here, Chimp Wagon, that's an area where I can buy food from, so I'll probably go down to Croquet Monsieur, or a Buffalo Burger. Either of these things will help us. Would I like to purchase this? Yes. The one thing that I don't like about this particular screen is that you have to kind of button mash to be able to get out of it, because everything's, like, slow when it says anything else. We're gonna max out on our 200. Okay, good. So, we're back up to full health. Anything else? No, let's back out. Okay. This stage is pretty short. We just gotta be careful, because this area, there's a whole bunch of kamikaze stunt doubles. Because we're on the set of a movie. We're trying to track down Ramona's second boyfriend, Lucas Lee, who's actually, like, a famous Hollywood actor. At this point, let's knock these Reptar-looking things out. I gotta watch out for these girls, because they shoot laser beams. Supposed to be, like, aliens of some sort. I'm always gonna try to go for the gold coins in this run, because gold coins give you the most money. Just see if I can get there. There's a little combo that you could do depending on the character or that you're fighting or the enemy, where you can just kind of continuously bounce on their head with the aerial jump kick. But considering these aren't the most tanky of enemies, we're not going to be able to do that. Take that. I made the worst mistake there. I ran into them. They're super slow. How do you get hit by these things? I'm such a total noob at this game. Alright, let's go. Take them out. That's not it. I don't think that's it. I think he's... Did the director quote cut? Yeah. End scene. Okay. Fine. Let's continue to press forward here. Okay. If you are going to see your first real video game reference, this is direct reference to Street Fighter 2, where you have to break a whole bunch of things. So you're going to see that trope in this particular stage quite a bit. I don't know if that's supposed to mean that Lucas Lee likes Street Fighter things, but... Alright, cool. Let's get some of this stuff. Nice. There is a Lucas Lee Easter egg, too, in this game. Because everything in this game references other video games. Like, that sound effect that you just heard, that's referencing DuckTales. When you get, like, the key to go to the next stage. Those bats, there's not really a reference. Those balls that you see dropping down like that, that's a reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. I gotta pick up this key. One of the problems is when you're playing on analog stick here, it's a little bit more smooth to control, so I gotta be careful because I have a tendency to fall into the pitfalls. Let's take that Reptar-looking bastard out. I think he's supposed to be actually Godzilla. Uh-oh, it turns red. When it turns red, it's angry. I don't know how its eyes are able to turn black, though, like that. It's like it completely changes its personality whatsoever. Okay, let's open the door through with the key. Okay, so far so good. Sounds like somebody's drag racing outside. Man, rude. I'm in the middle of a stream. Drag race on your own time outside, right? Okay. That's Lucas Lee. He just was trying to open that chest. I wonder what's in there. Maybe there's something goody that we can get. The break thing, that's actually a reference to another video game. Oops. We just got burnt up there. I gotta be careful because they shoot fire. This is the combo that normally if they would actually stay standing up, I'd just constantly do that. Okay, we're gonna take out at least 2 of them. Let's open this. Okay, good. Got some gold coins. Alright. So this in particular with the break here, this is in a reference to a video game by the name of Battletoads. So, basically, the wall closing in on you, which could normally kill you, it's a Battletoads meme. So, a lot of references in this game to other games. Alright, let's keep moving here. Also, like the Star Door that you saw in the very first stage, that's a reference to Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, the video game for the NES as well. There's a lot of random stuff that I don't know about this game, just because, like, the creators of this game wanted to throw in a whole bunch of homages to older classic video games. So, let's pick up the bat here. Okay, good. Let's take that out. Let's see. Ooh, I'm getting kind of zoned. I gotta be careful here. Take that. How dare you? Alright, let's see if I can just do a ramp. Yeah, I knew I was gonna walk into the fire here. I'm gonna take a lot of hits. It's okay. Because we have a way to even replenish our life if we need to. Because we could just go to the video store, buy some stuff. Oh, they came out of nowhere, man. I didn't even have time to react. Ow. Oh, I'm getting combo. Let me be careful. Take that. Oh, I thought I could jump kick them. Apparently I can't. Well, we got one of them. Take that. And kick you in the face for that. How dare you, you low-budget stunt doubles. This director looks so frustrated. Hey, I'll tell you, from experience sometimes, if you're the director and people are not listening to you on set, it can mentally drain you. Alright. This is another homage to Street Fighter 2. Particularly Street Fighter 2... Turbo, I want to say? We're getting stun locked. Lucas Lee just ran from there. What are you guys doing? Stop that. Okay, I landed on a cone. There's one thing I will say is this isn't the most refined beat-em-up game because there's certain things, like little things like standing on the cone is pretty annoying. Like certain times you're like moving in a certain spot and the game doesn't work properly. Alright, Lucas, I think your acting break is over. Ramona's second evil ex-boyfriend, Powers, just, let's say, look him up on Google. Alright. Lucas seems to be turtling. So Lucas also has a special attack that he does where he picks up his skateboard and throws it at you. That's an actual reference to the Simpsons arcade video game in which Bart, one of his attacks is that he actually uses his skateboard as an attack. So that was a pretty cool reference there as well. Like, they really, a lot of beat-em-ups. See, right there where he's attacking, that's the exact same attack pattern that Bart does in the Simpsons arcade game. A game I would love to play, but they haven't ported it over to, like, PC. I would love to play the Simpsons arcade game. And the only way I could play it is not, like, a way that people would really want to watch it. You know, it wouldn't be condoned, obviously, because I'd have to use, like, MAME emulator, which people would frown upon that, right? I don't blame them because, you know, that's something. I don't own the arcade machine. Like, you could buy a Simpsons arcade machine, because they do sell them for like $200, but there's no way to actually hook up a capture device. On top of that, unfortunately, I live in a very tiny space, which it's very crammed as it is, just in a lot of things. Even when I go to record, it's like not the most comfortable to do the things the way I'm doing them concurrently. So I really don't have the space for like a Simpsons arcade cabinet. And then even then, I don't think there's a way to hook it up to a capture device. And I know the Simpsons arcade game came out HD on an Xbox system, but unfortunately, I do not own any Xbox systems. I was Team Dreamcast, Team PlayStation, Team Nintendo. Never Team Xbox. Never Team Xbox. I had friends who had Xboxes. I would go over and play, like, Halo and Halo 2 and Halo 3 with them. But I didn't own one personally because I just never cared for the offerings in Xbox. No disrespect to anybody who's Xbox lover. That doesn't mean I hate it. It just wasn't my cup of tea, right? Alright, so we finished stage 2. Let's move upwards to stage 3. So this is Leo's place. We're gonna face off against the Clash at the Demon Head, which is basically Scott Pilgrim's evil ex, the worst evil, well, his only evil ex, MV Adams. I had an MV Adams in my life that sometimes rears their ugly head. We've all had MV Adams or Gideon Graves at some point. My MV Adams is really, really bad, though, because she shows up every so often at the worst opportune times. The Clash at the Demon Head. So that Envy is red hair, her bandmate is the black-haired chick that I forget her name, and then her boyfriend is Todd Ingram with the blonde hair. Fun fact, Todd Ingram is actually Ramona's evil ex-boyfriend. So this is like full circle. It's a big thing in the movie as well as the comic book. Because, although, the one thing I will say about the movie is that unfortunately in the movie there's not really a true redemption arc for Envy, as opposed to like the actual graphic novel when it comes to Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I think it's like the third comic. It's been a while. Third graphic novel since I've read them, because I had a friend Danny who was heavily into Scott Pilgrim, and that's kind of how I got into Scott Pilgrim, because Danny had like the graphic novels and highly recommended them, and it turned out to be like, it's funny because a lot of people from our friend group were characters, so to speak. Like, we all kind of had a character that we represented us in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Unfortunately for me, I was always compared to either as Ramona Flowers, just because I'm known to have, like, crazy evil exes, I guess you could say. And sometimes some people compare me to Scott. I feel like I'm more of a Ramona, honestly, because I'm the type of person that, like, when, I don't know how I put this. There's a line that Ramona says in the comics, and I think she said also in Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, that she often runs away from the things that she loves. And I'm very much like that, where if something that I really care about, and it becomes way too difficult, I tend to run away from it. Because it's not... I don't know, I've dealt with a lot of stuff where sometimes if it's very, very difficult, I just get mentally drained. Just because I've dealt with a lot of people personally, like in dating life-wise, that's... You know, you take a chance and then it's been rough. It's been rough. You come close to thinking you have the one, and when you do it as many times as I've done it at this point, and it just goes from one disappointment to another, it makes you jaded. So I definitely take after Ramona in that retrospect. We're gonna buy more chips because I'm just trying to heal up. Okay, we're at 200. Let's back out. That's the one thing. I hate that menu takes, like, super slow. Also, you're going to see me play this. You're going to learn a lot of secrets about, like, shortcuts and stuff that you've never seen before, and, like, what areas you can buy food. Pick up this rake. What is a rake randomly doing? Or, correction, that's a mop. Right? Yeah, that's a mop. I was about to say, what's a rake randomly doing at a concert? And this is, like, a rock concert, too, right? Like, it's an indie rock concert, I would suppose, because it's... If I remember in the comics, like, Clash at Demon Head decided they were going to play at this venue despite the fact that they're, like, super popular. Ironically, MV Adams was the one that dumped Scott because she just felt like Scott had, like, no direction in his life. It was just kind of, like, I don't want to say wasting away and stuff, but, like, she just kind of dumped him, and then Scott just kind of got mortified from it, and it took a while for him to get over it. I really don't think Scott ever... But in the comic book, they redeemed her. She became, like, a nice person towards the end of it, after she learned, like, the faults and error. She almost got back with Scott at one point in the comics, but then, like, she shut that down pretty hard. Which, I don't know, like, as much as I like Ramona, and I know that's the point is Ramona is supposed to be Scott's, like, true only love, I would have liked to have it come full circle if, like, Ramona had left, and then Envy and him got back together after, like, because Envy's, like, very hurt. And she changed her lifestyle ways, and she learned to error her ways, too. Sometimes, like, that's the thing about life and dating, too, right? Like, I'm not condoning it. I think if somebody was really bad for you, you shouldn't go back to them. Because usually if it's not going to work the first time, it probably is not going to work a second time. That's just kind of how I feel. And I know this from experience because I've given people chances, second chances, that I had feelings for, and then it just kind of is, like, more of the same. But, you know, it would be kind of cool because, like, Envy grew, Scott kind of grows as a person, particularly in the comics. The movie, when we do watch it, you're going to see it's kind of... He grows as a person, but he doesn't grow as much as he does in the comics, where there's like Nega Scott is a particular big thing in the comic book franchise. And in the comic books, Nega Scott is like his depressive state because he's in like a great state of depression, not only over the envy thing, but because obviously his life has like no direction. He's living with his gay roommate. He's in this band, but the band's not really taking off the way that he would like to. And then he's got like these romantic problems of him thinking that he's never going to be good enough for the girl of his dreams, because he has, you know, obviously issues from when Envy left him. You know, Scott is a very complex character. You don't get as much of that complexity in the movie, which is unfortunate, but in the comic books in particular. Okay. And the other thing, too, about Ramona is, like, in the comic books, she has something that's called the glow, which Gideon implanted into her. And the thing about, like, the glow, why can't I go up on the stage area? Why is it not letting me go? Let me go up there. I had to move back there. That's Envy. That's Scott's big evil ex. Remember when I say I like people with red hair? And why I say I had an envy? It's kind of like that. Kind of like that. Even though Envy was played by Brie Larson in the movie, and she's got blonde hair. Oh, they're fighting. You know why they're fighting? Did you pick that up in the back room? Her bandmate was literally having relations with her boyfriend. Let's take her out. If we take her out, we don't actually have to even fight Envy, which could be funny. I'm waiting for her to... Oh, she's stunned. That's it. So we might even have to fight Envy. So, spoiler alert, because you didn't get to see it, because I was, like, too maxed out, I actually have to fight Envy and her, but because we did too well, we never got to fight Envy. So, Envy there, you see with the cloud over her crying, that's her, like, being depressive state. In the comic books, after this situation's over, she... obviously dumps Todd because Todd's no longer among the living, and she kind of just goes into her own thing. Okay, fun fact, this here is a reference to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game as well. This is, if I remember, Turtles in Time, as well as this could technically be considered Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Look how strong I am. Normally it takes more than one hit and more than one jump kick to be able to destroy those doors. It kind of shows you how OP I am. But later on in the game, this OP is not going to really matter. Okay, so this is a direct reference to, you guessed it, Rock Band. Okay, one button, hit him with there. He gave me the middle finger, how dare him. Now, Todd Ingram is super powerful for one and one reason only. He's vegan. So apparently, vegan makes you better than people. Alright, Todd Ingram, age unknown, Ramona's third evil ex-boyfriend, dating Envy Adams, currently cheating on her. That was literally what it said. He reminds me of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 villain that was like one of the most annoying ones to fight, because every time you do a lot of damage, you have to move away from him, because if not, he like tries to electrocute you. The guy also reminds me of Blanca in a way. Okay, look, that's a reference to Akira. I don't know if anybody has watched that great anime. Those are the vegan police trying to take his powers away because he broke his vegan diet, because he actually drank soy latte. He thought it was a soy latte, but Scott actually reversed it and put, like, skin milk in it. So that's how his vegan powers are getting taken away. Watch out. He's also a telekinesis player. Oh, he gave me the middle finger again. I hate that attack. That attack is, like, the most annoying. We would have been able to juggle him otherwise. Watch out. Here goes the Akira attack. As he takes more damage, he does this in, like, 2 rotations, and then for the final attack, he does it in 3. We're probably not going to have him in the final attack phase because he's already glowing to the damage state, which is good. Let's take you out, bro. Peace out. Vegan priest came to take away his powers. No vegan diet, no vegan powers. That's literally a slogan they use. Alright, he exploded, actually in Akira fashion as well. That's extra life, we're gonna pick it up because that could come in handy. So can I pick up the currency? I can, perfect. All going according to plan right now. You know what's the plan? We really don't have a plan. Alright, cool. Nice. Alright, let's continue. Area cleared. 16 XP. That's perfect. Alright, look at that. Heart shape. That's Ramona and Scott, and they're kissing. They're still in love. He's gotten through, so far, 3 of the evil ex-boyfriends. Even though technically it should be called evil exes. Alright. Let me make sure. I'm gonna go back because I need to get some health items. And I want to check to see if we can purchase the video store tapes. Because I could have swore that I had unlocked them before. Get out of my way. I'm just trying to purchase a movie. Because I'm pretty sure we paid the late fees. We did. Okay, perfect. We did. Okay, we paid them. So now we can buy videos. These videos give you extra power-ups, right? So this one's I Love Your Boyfriend. Wow. It's a cheesy romantic comedy. So when I buy this, this is going to increase stats of mine. So it gives me 320 XP, defense, and weapon power up. I could buy all of these to get like a major big buff. Like Alone and Disturb, if I buy this one, it's probably going to give me more buffs on my stats, assuming my stats aren't already maxed out. So let's see. Nope, nope, I don't want to do that. Let's buy another one, sorry. Hey, let me buy it. The Mystical Head should be the one-ups if I remember correctly. Let's buy a Alone and Disturb. It'll tell me the stats afterwards, which I think is annoying. 1500 XP, I don't need XP. I'm already maxed out in XP. So I Love Your Boyfriend's probably the only one that's really going to be worth it. Aliens vs. T-Rex is probably more money. So the Mystical Head gives me a life. I'm just going to buy 1 life at the moment because I don't want to buy all my currency. Let's also get a 7 Shaolin Masters. Let's see what it is. XP, defense, speed. See, so they give you particular things. So I think that annoys me is you don't know what buffs you're getting until after you purchase them. Alright, I'm going to go in here so we can purchase some health. So I can be back at 200 with the extra lives that we have. So now we should have like 5 lives. So I'm going to buy it to go. Okay, that's good. That's good. Anything else? Yes, let's buy Ice Latte. Oh, I forgot. The other thing annoying is like it always gives you the to-go option first, which is kind of stupid. Alright, we're going to go to Return to Map because we're not going to finish the stage. Because we've already done it. Let's go to Stage 3. Or correction, Stage 4, which is going to be the train area. No, if I go that way, we're gonna bypass a whole bunch of stuff. Stage 3. No. Stage 4. Transit. That's where we're going. Alright. This is Ramona's Evil Ex number 4. Yep, surprise, surprise. Ramona is bisexual. There's nothing wrong with that, in my personal opinion. You know, whatever. It's not a big deal to me. Some people make it a bigger deal than it necessarily needs to be. But, okay. So, yeah. They weren't just sexy friends. The movie kind of does it a weird way where it's kind of like... I don't want to say queerophobia, which is kind of stupid because Scott lives with a gay roommate. So this is like a very LGBT-friendly game, as well as LGBT-friendly like comics, as well as movie, which I think is kind of cool in that retrospect. But yeah, Ramona's fourth ex was a woman. And I forgot what her... in the comics, it was a different, like, she was going through a phase, and I remember Roxy, which is the name of the evil ex, was like, wait, just a phase because she was upset by it, but you know what, it's real life, I suppose, right? It doesn't matter to me. Again, for me, it's always been like, when people are like, they're bisexual, okay, cool. No big deal to me. But some people will make it a really big deal, obviously, because there's people from different generations. Me, it's like, whatever. I'm one of the most LGBTQ-friendly human beings on the planet. I have friends who are transgender. I have friends who are gay. I have friends who are bisexual. I have friends that are lesbian. Whatever makes you happy. Right? At least that's how I always look at life. Alright, so cut for the train. There's Roxanne. I hate this part because I always fall off the edges here. On top of that, the enemies have a way of juggling you around. Oh, let's smash that button. Okay, take that. Goodbye. Peace out. Okay, how dare you throw the bat at me? That's not cool. Screw you, man. See, that's the part too, because I gotta move down, I gotta be careful, because if not, like, if I move too far down, I'm literally gonna fall off the train. That's realistic, but still kind of annoying. Ow, ow. Please stop juggling me. See how the game's getting a little bit harder, the enemies, mirror intensity? Let me use... yeah, I'm gonna use her, which is Knife Chow, just to kind of get a little bit of a distraction going there. Okay, take that. Peace out. Ow! The other thing is, when you throw your weapons, they bounce off the screen and hit you too, so it's like punishment for throwing your things. I don't want to go back there. Oh, I just walked into a combo. That's real great. I didn't appreciate that at all. That makes me so angry, man. That's not my angry face. That's my angry face. How dare you? Oh, cool. Where do the ninjas come from? Seriously, where are all these ninjas coming from? I don't get it. I don't get it. Where are they all coming from? Get out of here. Scram. Skedaddle. We're still doing good. Still pretty good, I'd say. Easy peasy. Where's the rest of the enemies? That's the thing about this game that bars me. Sometimes you have to move to the backseat. She cut the train? How dare you fight me like a true evil ex would? I want to win Ramona Flowers' love. Gosh darn it. Alright. The Flying Tengu. So we crashed into a restaurant. They're not going to be happy. Is this a front for, like, ninjas? I guess it is. Fun fact, if I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to be Knives Chow's actual family restaurant that we're in right now. Because, yeah, her family owns a Chinese restaurant. Knives Chow is Scott's, well, recent ex that he dumped. She was like a 17-year-old high schooler, so everybody gave him grief for that because he's like, Scott, you're dating a high schooler, you're rocking the cradle, all these things. It's become a very hot topic nowadays. Back then it was a little bit less, I guess, of a taboo that you would have been dating a 17-year-old. Also, remember, it's in Canada. Like, different places have different rules. I mean, so, you know, I personally wouldn't date a 17-year-old. But, you know, I would date somebody that's younger than me. That's not a big deal to me, personally. I'm not one of those people, you know. I'll tell you a funny story, right? So is anybody familiar with Chris Evans, who actually does play a character in the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World movie? He also played Captain America in the Avengers movies? Well, okay. So Chris Evans got married a while back, and he got married to a 26-year-old, right? So Chris Evans was like 42, and his wife is like 26, right? So people on the internet that were, I guess, Zoomers were saying that, like, Chris Evans was a pedophile, how dare him and stuff, like, how dare he be dating somebody that young. They met on set, if I remember correctly, his wife when she was like 21 or something, or they knew each other when she was like 19, and they kind of kept in contact, and people made a really big deal out of it, and the wife had to even go on the internet and be like, we're in love, we're happy, we've been, you know, friends for many years. And like, I don't understand in today's society, like, that whole concept of like a 26-27-year-old dating a 4-year-old is apparently like taboo. I don't understand, because you know what, there's people who are 50 that date people who are 40, and that's not a big deal. Like, I would have a bigger issue if it was like a, you know, obviously a person who's literally underage, and then it's something that's like WTF. I mean, my cutoff point usually is somebody that's, I don't know, I think my cutoff point's probably like 15 years at this point, going upward. Well, I don't know. That's actually a good question. I've never really thought about it too much, because it's like, if I just vibe with somebody and they're a cool person, and we get along, and we share like a lot of things in common, I probably don't have a cutoff point. Like, obviously, I don't think I would date somebody that's 19 or 18. That's a little too young for a person of my age at the moment, because I am a millennial. But I would definitely date like somebody in their mid-20s. I don't have a problem with that, you know. But you know, it's funny, kind of like society nowadays, what's considered, you know, like my mom actually met my dad when she was 16. My dad was much older. But, like, my mom's grandma was cool with it and was fine with it, and it wasn't a sexual relationship. So, like, my mom got married, like, when she was 18 to my dad, and my dad was older. I don't remember exactly what age my dad would have been at that time, but, you know, my dad was, like, at least 21, I think? I don't remember the details about it, but my dad was much older than my mom, but had the consent of grandma to date, because it was obviously a non-sexual relationship. But like, there's a different time period when my dad and my mom dated. Like, they were dating in the 70s, right? Yeah, in the 70s they would have been dating, so it was a much different time. You know, Mama Dread's still around, Papa Dread's not. Papa Dread died when I was like 4, so yeah, there's that. So, let me go in here for that. But yeah, I found it was kind of interesting that people, I don't know, it's interesting what Zoomers consider things. And no disrespect to Zoomers. To each your own, I understand. You got your own things and beliefs, but, you know, you can't, a 40-year-old dating a 26-year-old is not pedophilia. I don't know where you're coming up with that concept. God bless you all for thinking that, but that's not the definition by any stretch of the definition. If I go in here, this is going to take me a shortcut. Alright, 40 minutes. Let's go Subspace Highway. Kick. Alright, let's beat this up. Let's get some coinage. Yeah, so we can buy, like, more 1-ups and level ups. I think what we're going to do is probably when we get towards the last stage in the game, which is stage 8, we're going to go back and buy as many level ups as we can, because we're going to need a lot of level ups for Gideon, because Gideon's going to be very tough to beat. We're almost very close to the end of this game, too. So, you know, we're on, what, stage 4? There's only stage 5, stage 6, stage 7, 8. So we're at the halfway point at this point. Take that. Let's go. Peace out. I gotta get another ninja sword, though, because it's easier to take them out with the weapon as opposed to trying to go fisticuffs with them, because they block a lot of stuff with their actual swords when you try to go melee against them. Okay, perfect. There's a secret back there, if I remember correctly, but because I don't want to waste too much time, because the end credits in this game are massively long. Ow! That is a reference to Shinobi, by the way, in case you're not familiar. It's a Sega Genesis game. Alright, they went down pretty quickly. That's because of the weapon damage that we have. Let's take you out. Okay. Let's be careful. Gotta watch out. Okay, he almost shot me with a fireball, but the bridge is actually protecting me here. So, in this game, sometimes positioning kind of helps a little bit. Okay, let's go. Let's go, perfect. Alright, let's go down this way. Nice. Fireballs? No, I don't think so. What's a random person in a tracksuit just doing here? Are they hanging out? Are they having their lunch? What is this garden? Is it just like a park? I never actually really understood this part of the game. I mean, this is, I guess, the back area? Chow's Knives place? Okay. Okay, that's good. I'm not going to try to get every coin, because if we do, it's just going to take a long time. I'm going to go in here, because this is going to take me literally automatically to the boss fight. There's a lot of secret areas that you can go to make the run a little bit shorter. So the good thing about watching the stream, if you were kind of trying to figure that type of stuff out, you're going to be able to get that knowledge perfectly. Okay, good. Let's go. Let's take them out. Perfect, perfect. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Perfect. Nice, nice. Take this out. Okay, good. Let's beat this up. Perfect, perfect. Alright, let's take out those little piggies. I want money. I'm being greedy like Scrooge McDuck here. Alright, let's take out those piggy banks. That's good. Nice. Nice. Let's go down here. Alright. Oh, that's not... Okay, fine. So we're at Ramona's backyard. This is Ramona's backyard. She has a really nice backyard. Why are we living at Ramona's place? Roxanne Richter, age unknown, Ramona's fourth evil ex-boyfriend. Yes, we know she's a girl. I think it said. Oh, she countered me there. That's a reference to Greninja from Pokemon. That whip that she's using, that's a reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. Wow, she went down fast. Well, I'm not giving up Ramona without a fight, whether to a man or a woman. I am a very lovely chap that is very, very dateable. Alright. There we go. Also, the reference there when she blew up and you saw those animals, that's a reference to Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. Alright, how many KOs we got? 82 KOs. That'll give us experience points that don't do anything for us. And how much coins did we make? Right now... it's looking like we have 105. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Huzzah! Okay, so we're in Ramona's backyard. Kim and Steven are looking on. Up to the stars. Ramona and Scott kissing still. Nothing has gotten in the way of their relationship yet. 4 evil exes down. 3 more to go. The toughest ones are yet to come. Alright, let's move down here. We have to go to the Halloween party. If I go that way, this is the Flying Tengu. We were already there. Don't want to go there. This is Chenyu Gardens. We were already there. Level 5, Halloween party. Okay, Fire Escape, yeah. So we want to go to 5 here, because this is the next stage that we have to go to. Alright, sweet. So, Night of Terror. The twins are unstoppable. These are the Katanagi twins. They're Ramona's... evil ex number 5 and number 6. She dated twins at the same time. Ramona got some swag. That's something I cannot pull off. I would not be able to date twins at the same time. First of all, that's just wrong. Second of all, you know what? I don't like to share. Right? I'd have to, like, well, they'd be sharing me, I suppose, but first of all, like, I couldn't do that to somebody, man. That's just not right. Like, I'll tell you a story. There was somebody I was kind of romantically attached to, right? But we didn't really... It's not somebody I would consider an ex, because it never got to that point. But they were a person that was just, like, dating around and seeing a whole bunch of guys, and at one point was like, oh, I would rather be in an open relationship. And I was like, yeah, you know, if I was just, like, casually dating, and I wasn't looking for something long-term, I probably would have been fine with that. But because I've gotten to a stage in my life where it's like, yeah, no, I've had people who have always had, like, a failure to launch, so to speak. Yeah, I can't do those open relationships, like, just date around things. Like, I understand in the beginning of a not even a relationship, like, if you ask somebody out, and, like, there's no exclusivity there, and they're seeing, like, other people and stuff, but, like, if you're, like, I don't want to say steady, because that's a wrong term, I guess, to use, but, like, if you're, like, serious, and you've had multiple dates at that point, and then it's, like, something that they still want to keep it open, then, like, for me, that's a red flag for me, personally, because that means that you're never going to commit to me, and that I'm just going to be there as, like, a relationship of convenience, and then, eventually, when my usefulness has run out, you will dump me, or you will just kind of move on or pick somebody up. And I know that from experience, not because I was ever in an open relationship, but because I know people. I've been in situations where they kind of just move on and, you know, got their usefulness out of me, and even said it to my face. Or somebody was dating, and one of the reasons that they broke up with me, I kid you not. It's funny, because I can talk about this stuff because we are playing a game about, like, relationships and breakups and stuff. Is the reason they broke up with me was because they literally told me to my face. This was somebody who was a Yu-Gi-Oh card player, by the way. I dated a Yu-Gi-Oh player, a female Yu-Gi-Oh player. She used to call herself Kaiba Girl. True story. When she broke up with me, the logic that she used was that she couldn't see me anymore because I wasn't Asian. And the only thing I could think of my face... Spoiler alert, I'm not Asian, in case these guys didn't realize that. In case I'm breaking immersions all around, you know, I'm not Asian. Spoiler alert, though. Yeah, for anybody who was hoping that beneath the skin of a dragon I was like some Asian or... No, I'm not. People know what I look like. If you have followed the boss's Twitter, you know. It's available in the bio of my Rigi Dread channel thing. Well, everybody knows what I look like at this point. That's not like some great mystery that I'm keeping secret to anybody at this point. I'm gonna buy it for me, Min Young. But yeah, she broke up with me because I was an Asian, and all I could think of at the time when she told me that was like, bitch, did you ever look at the mirror? I'm not Asian. Like, yeah, obviously I'm not Asian. That like, should have been pretty clear when you started dating me and talking to me like that, right? Yeah. So it turns out, and I've told this story before, I actually told this story when I was a category Jinro, the reason why she was, like, with me was for Yu-Gi-Oh cards and shit. Like, I even, at one point in an anime tournament that I could have won the whole thing, I actually threw so that she could go on to the finals because I felt bad for her, because I could have easily defeated her. This was way after we had broken up, mind you. And when I look back at that was like a stupid thing to do. Even my friends were giving me shit for that, and they were right for giving me shit. Like, no, why would you have Fig? She lost first round too. I could have taken the whole tournament. These guys have seen me play Yu-Gi-Oh, right? But we do stupid things for people we like, right? Like, I've done some really dumb things. Like, the one thing I'll tell you is, like, and this is a funny, like, this is kind of the type of person I am when I'm trying to, like, get to know people, I guess, better. There was a time where somebody that was interested in me clearly as more than just a friend was desperately trying to get people to play League of Legends and World of Warcraft with her. That's all she wanted, was people to play League of Legends and Warcraft with her, because those were like her two favorite games. And dumb me, at one point, during the whole on again, off again thing, we were never in a relationship. Never got to that point. Dumb me was really contemplating getting World of Warcraft, which anybody who knows World of Warcraft is super expensive, because you have to buy the whole retail-based games and the expansion things, and then on top of that, you have to pay to play it on an online subscription service. which everybody knows who knows me when it comes to like video games. I do not like games where I have to pay a retail price and then I have to pay to play the game online as well. I better be in a relationship where we have a ring on your finger for me to do that, or I must really be 100% like fully down bad for you to do that. And the thing about it was, I was contemplating, you know, playing this game because, like, when you care about somebody and you're interested, you want to be able to make them happy. Like, I would hope if somebody was interested in me, not that I'm necessarily giving people a license to hit on me, but if you are interested in Dread like that, I'm giving you kind of like insider information right now. Definitely a way to do is like play video games with me. Like, I play a lot of video games. Like, I can play League of Legends, I just don't choose to play it. I can play Dota 2, I just don't choose to play it because I don't have people that I know that are interested to play that. Like, if somebody plays Diablo 4 with me, oh man, I'd put a ring on that finger. You know, if you share, like, play Monster Hunter with me, hell yeah. I don't even care if you're good at these games, keep in mind, like, that was a big issue with the person I was interested in. They were always, like, concerned, like, what if I'm terrible and we're super self-conscious? Like, the thing about it with me is, as long as we're hanging out and having fun and chilling, that's good enough for me. Like, I am one of the most like, people say I'm a very judgy person. I'm not. Like, I have friends who have, like, severe social anxiety, so I've, you know, I have people in my life who have had anxiety, so I know how to kind of build these people up very well and handle, you know, their moments. And, you know, I never judge people for them and try to make them feel as comfortable. But it's funny because there's a lot of people, it's odd because a lot of people say that because of my personality and stuff, I'm very, what was the word they used? One person that was a friend of mine that maybe was interested, I didn't really feel the same way though. But she was cool with that because she knew that then we're just gonna kind of always be friends. She always said that, like, in terms of me, like, I guess I have, like, this personality that's very fun and chill to be around. That makes people who usually wouldn't be comfortable. I don't know why. I guess probably because I'm very open about stuff. I'm very extroverted, so I guess because I'm so extroverted, it makes people who are not so extroverted that don't have to worry about keeping the conversation going because I could just, like, talk nonstop to the point where I, like, don't shut up. On top of that, I always... Okay, this is Ramona's 5th boyfriend. Kyle and Kevin K. So, one of those guys actually shares my first name. Which one is... Did the wall just ricochet me into that? That is hilarious. I can't believe that really happened, guys. We ricocheted into the enemy and killed them. I was not expecting that. Well, that was a happy accident, was it not? Yeah, so I have friends who have, like, severe social anxiety and stuff, and they say, like, you're just very warm and welcoming and extroverted, and you... yeah. So I guess I am like that. Which is kind of funny because I'm the type of person that, although I'm not introverted, I tend to keep a very small friend group. Just because I've had, you know, like everybody, negative experiences. So some of those negative experiences haven't necessarily given me trust issues. I'm sorry, I was checking to make sure nothing was falling. But it's just one of those things. So let me take a quick sip now that I have a second. We'll go on to stage 6, which is actually, we're going to fight Scott right now. Alright. So that's Scott. That's the evil version of me. He's like my evil negative twin that has come through the manifestation of my depressed emotions. And Scott is actually, could be Scott Pilgrim's evil side in the future, too. I don't want to spoil anything about Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, because at some point, if we have time, not right now though, I would love to watch Scott Pilgrim Takes Off as a series, as a watch-along. It's available on Netflix, so that's something we could possibly do. I want to watch it, because I've seen clips of it, but I've never actually seen the show. And I know it's a different telling of the story, which has me quite interested, because I like to see different perspectives of how they tell the story. We might lose some lives here, because this particular area is pretty hard with the birds, just so you know. This part I'm not going to do maybe phenomenal on, yeah, because of stupid birds. I remember what attack I could use to stop them. I thought I had, like, an up attack. I could also jump kick them. This is not going to be pretty, just so you know, so bear with me. Okay, so we got the jump kick on them. Ah, these birds, I can't. Can I hit them with the key? No, I can't. Can I throw the key? I'd have to time the key for very... Let's just do the jump kick. That's probably our best way to take care of them. But we're going to lose so much life. I just uppercutted the key away. I'm a freaking bot. Alright, let's go. Perfect. Let's get some coinage. Nice, 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 nice. Those goblins that you see running around with the coins, that is a reference to a video game by the name of Golden Axe. A really fun game for the Sega Genesis, which you can't get on the Sega Genesis anymore, but I think it was part of the Sega Genesis collection that they did a while back. It's a good game. I enjoy I was gonna say Baldur's Gate. Well, I'm kind of okay with Baldur's Gate. You saw the last one that we did. But, yeah, you know, it's a... I know a lot about video games. Trust me. Like, it was at one point my job to know these useless facts, because I did, as many people know, I've told the story. I was a journalist for a very long time that covered video games, film, anime, and television. So sometimes I got reviewer copies, but, like, I know a lot of useless facts that a lot of people wouldn't know, because it was, like, my job to know stuff. Oh, the uppercut! I remember now, we have that uppercut attack. Remember, I haven't played this game in at least 2.5 years. Like, I played it religiously when it launched on Nintendo Switch, because it's like the HD remastered version of the game. I'm sorry my head's blocking that too, by the way, but basically, see? That's what's happening. We're squaring up on badgers there. You know, because I can't make myself smaller. If I put myself on the other side, it wouldn't make any sense. We just taunted them? That was funny. Okay. Let's get the coins. I really like the stage music for this particular stage. Okay, we gotta be careful. There's gonna be, like, falling debris at this point. Let's just dodge. This is a reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. Again, another reference to Golden Axe. A very good game, man. I would love to play Golden Axe on stream. That's a fun thing to do, too. Even though I'm kind of cheesy in Golden Axe, because there's a way to kind of cheese the whole game. All you really have to do is keep doing the running attack on the bosses, and you basically can kill 90% of them with ease just by cheesing. That's how I beat it a while, not like a while ago, but when I was first exposed to the game in my younger times. Let's take that. Goodbye. Nice. Peace out, bro. 57 minutes. Not bad. I think we can beat this game in about an hour and a half. This part here, we have to kill these zombies. Basically, in order to fight the zombies properly, we have to throw them into these burial sites. Although, because we're on the regular setting, we might be able to, normally kill them, depending on my power-up. Okay, go. That's fine. Make sure I don't fall into the graves, because I have a tendency on this map to do that. Take them out. Okay, good. Peace out. Throw you up. That was a misplay on my part. Keep in mind, the Dracon that I'm playing with does drift. Kick. I thought we kicked him into the grave. Clearly not. That's not going to be positioned properly. I can actually really randomly just have them die too, but that's going to take a little bit more. We spam them in the skull dudes. These skull dudes are annoying to deal with, while we're also dealing with the other things, just because they kind of like do a charging attack, as you saw there. We do spin kick. I don't normally like to do it, but considering we're about to lose a life here, take out. Goodbye. Go away, loser. Alright. There's too many of them bunched up. I'm gonna have to be careful here, because if we're not careful, it's gonna come to bite us in the rear end. Okay, good. Take that. Let's go. Nice. Go away, loser. Okay, good. Let's attack. Nice. Oh, okay. Good, 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 good. Nice. Let's throw this down. Good. Throw that away. Good. Nice. Let's see. I'm gonna throw him in the grave. That's the easy way to get. Nega Scott in the background just laughing at us. Nega Scott probably resurrected these zombies. These ones, they do turtle a bit, obviously, so I gotta be careful. Can I get both zombies into that? That would be kind of cool. Alright, well, knocked out that zombie. I gotta pick her up. See if I can throw her into the grave. Oh, we missed. We were out of position. We need to throw her towards the walkway area if we wanted to do that. That's fine. Oh, she fell in. That works too. Hey, hey, stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. How dare you do that? Alright, let's regain our life. Perfect. Peace out. Goodbye. Goodbye. Let's throw you around. Okay, let's attack here. Okay, nice. I could have comboed that into the aerial thing, but I'm not gonna throw her into the grave. Alright. We're not killing them. We're just putting them back to where they came, guys. Don't stress it too much. Alright. There we go. We're gonna fight Scott. Scott! Scott Pilgrim's evil twin. Negative awesome. Alright. So he's not awesome. He's just a very negative person. It's the manifestation of Scott Pilgrim's depression and angst. Ooh. He kicks us. This character, believe it or not, is supposed to be a reference to Shadow Link from Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, as well as he also can be a reference to Mr. X from an old game called Kung Fu, because he mirrors your moves. That's the first video game I've ever seen where a character mirrored your moves was from Kung Fu, the arcade game. I have been curious of doing a speedrun on stream for like a live stream, but I just haven't personally had the time. Watch out for that. Uh-oh. Ooh. Okay, we got him. This is a little bit hard. You see how the game progresses, even on the average Joe setting, as it's called? You still got a big run for your money. And it'd be actually harder if I wasn't at, like, max cap 16. This game is notoriously hard. I'm just making it look a little bit easier than it actually is at the moment. Just because it's a maxed out character. I still haven't maxed out Knives in this game, or Wallace. Because they're the DLC characters that came with the complete edition. Alright, so we got Scott Pilgrim. We have defeated those evil exes so far. So there's only one left. The hardest one to fight. Oh, Gideon. Now I'm going to warn you, Gideon is an extremely hard boss fight. Especially Phase 2. So we're probably going to get wrecked on Phase 2. So I think to better prepare for this fight, we are going to go back into the first shopping district area, so that way I can buy some extra lives, because I think we're going to need a couple of extra lives to be able to do this. I think we need a couple, because this is going to be one of those very stressful stages. There's a lot of tomfooleries. Why are you hitting me? Stop that. How dare you? Alright, let's go in here. Alright, Scott's late fees. Let's see here. Let's get mystical heads. We're also going to have to buy some snacks so that we can restore our health. So that we can be good to go in that retrospect. Okay, good. Let's see, the mystical head. Okay, good, thanks. How many more should we buy? Oh, I think we have enough there. That should be 9 lives at that point. Okay, let's go into the coffee shop. This is actually Scott's sister, Stacy Pilgrim. In case you're wondering, she does make an appearance only in the coffee shop, though, here. I think she might have also made an appearance in the first stage as part of the band, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So we'll have to see here. Alright. I'm just buying as much health as we can, just so we can restore, replenish our health, and then we'll go stage 7. Which I think we'll be good so far, guys. Right now, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright, let's do this. Come on. I feel like this part of the stage is so slow. This particular screen, like, they needed to make it a little quicker. Because it feels like it just takes forever to buy stuff. A case in point, look, like, I just went to purchase a latte. I gotta wait for it to slowly say no. Okay, 200. Alright, good. Ice latte. Anything else? I don't know. Let's peace out here. Okay, good. Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry. We're gonna go into return map here. We're gonna go to stage 7 now, which is the Chaos Theater, which is what Gideon Graves' actual lair. Alright, Chaos Theater elevator. A very tough stage, just so you know. We're gonna probably get bounced around. Battle at the Chaos Theater, Gideon's Last Stand, stage 7. Look, it's some music. Some banging music right now. Bum, 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 bum. I haven't been to, like, a concert type thing in a long time. I think the last time was at Anime Con. Long time ago at this point. Oh, get rid of you. Stop that. I'm trying to kick him. Ow. That hurt. How dare you? How dare you? Stop hitting me. Go away. Okay. This guy is really scoring up. Oh man, it just got worse. Remember, I told you this stage is very hard, so it's a bit of a skill issue, yeah, because I haven't played in a while, but on top of that, it's a really hard. And I'm going to make it look easier, because some of these enemies I'm taking out as quickly as I am is only because I got the max cap. If not, they'd probably be beating us up quite a bit. There used to be at the beginning of this game, where I actually would have to lose a continue here. at this particular stage because it's just really hard to deal with. Alright. This part here is a direct reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. I think also you could be applied to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project, but that was not an actual arcade game. It was a beat-em-up game. Actually, I prefer the Manhattan Project, now that we're just randomly ranting, as opposed to the arcade game. I mean, the arcade games are really good, but I feel like the Manhattan Project just has a lot more interesting variety of enemies. But I would say nothing probably beats the current Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, which I have played on stream before. That being Shredder's Revenge. Shredder's Revenge is just so fun. It's got the great combat, great music, a great cast of villains that they picked for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles villain game. Like, it's a really good cast. Like, it was definitely one of my favorites. Like, I would love to see another sequel to it, but they probably won't, because that was, like, I think the final time you were going to see classic, you know what, classic retro Ninja Turtles as a video game like that. Because now they have the newer Ninja Turtles that they've been pushing for the newer generations. Okay, let's take them out. Goodbye. So much turtling right now. You see how much they're blocking? They weren't blocking before in the earlier stages. But now they're just like, nah, fam. We can't have you getting down before the clock counts out. No. And I gotta go for those coins, because as you see, that was just kind of a bait. Oop. Well, I gotta take some damage for that. Get out of here. Scram, this is my little elevator or shaft thingy. Alright. Let's go. What we got? Okay, break. Break. Okay, good. Just break that. Okay, no! I'm getting beat up by the baseball bats. How dare you, you thugs! Let's go. Yes, help. Oh man, we're getting beat up for that. Did you not do anything, Knives? Felt like you didn't do anything there outside. Stun them a little bit. I don't feel like Knives' assist is very good in this game. I remember now why I didn't use it so much in initial playthroughs. Let's go down. Ooh, this is getting dicey, guys. Oh no. We're gonna have to use our gut points, which is the blue area, which usually we use for a spin kick, to be able to restore our health here. Because normally you start out with 50 health and then you gotta progress the stage. Take that. Take that. Take that. Oh man, this is a reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game as well, because there's a part in the elevator when you're on the Technodrome where it's coming, the elevator's going down and it'll open up a Technodrome portal and it's just a whole bunch of these boulder balls coming at you. I guess they're cannonballs technically. Why is everything turtling? Get out of here. Scram, skedaddle. Alright, let's take care of this. I broke it. Let's break this. Let's break this last one. That should be the last rotation. I don't think we have to fight any more enemies. I think now we just go straight down to face off against Gideon as the boss fight. If I'm not mistaken. You hear a light hum outside? There's like a car. Apparently it's like cleaning a grease trap. I apologize for that. I have no control over the sound outside. I don't have like a super fancy sound booth. Keep that in mind. I live in a very tiny enclosure. There's not a lot of space for stuff like that. Okay, let's face off against Gideon. Gideon is going to be obviously the toughest fight. I feel like those meteors is a reference to Final Fantasy VII. Almost certainly. If you look at Gideon's hair, it's very Sephiroth-like. Also, oh, he made me drop it. Just picked him up. Oh. The way he walks, though, is definitely the way that Krang walks in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. As well as Teenage Mutant Ninja 3, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, as well as Shredder's Revenge, which I guess you could say is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 5. Let's watch out. Screw you, Gideon. There's a way where I used to be able to just keep comboing him into the wall. Okay, that is an invincibility that he has for a bit. That was taken directly from Krang in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, as well as 3, as well as 4, as well as 5. Watch out, a giant meteor this time around. He thinks he's Sephiroth, really. Take that. Are you dead yet? No, he's not. I didn't get hit by that. There's no way. I was very far away from the hit area. Take that. He's done. Now is going to be the hardest part of the fight. I'm not going to kid you. We're going to screw up quite a bit. We're probably even going to lose a couple lives to this part. Because this part's hard. I'm going to walk the wrong way through this and get hit by a lot of stuff because I'm playing on a drifty Joy-Con. So that I'm going to use that as my crutch as opposed to skill issue. It's not skill issue, it's just drifty Joy-Cons. Alright. Alright. This is a homage to Mega Man 2, the final boss that you fight in Mega Man 2. See, that's the problem. Like, when it drifts, I can jump down, and I jump down 2 spaces as opposed to 1, which kind of sucks. Let's see, can I recover from that? I did. Ouch. Ouch. I'm trying to rush through this part, which is why that's not the smartest thing to do on this part, because obviously you get stun locked then. Those bats. I forgot there's bats too. Those are more like hydras. Ow. Leave me alone. This part, I gotta jump here, and it's gonna... There's Gideon waiting for his boss confrontation with us. This is the part that I dread. This is the hardest part of the game, to be honest with you. This part. Let's go. Jump. Okay, I got to that cloud. No, how did I miss that cloud? I overshot a cloud. I feel bad. It's a skill issue, maybe. Alright, we got the sword. This part is hard. Like hard. Like I'm talking SNK type of hard. Look how big he got. Look at what he did. He merged himself. Gideon Graves. Ramona dated this guy. Powers undefeatable. He literally merged himself with the the 6 evil exes to become this weird Akira looking thing. And here's the part, like, every time I get close to the stupid thing, it's gonna shoot out. This reminds me of Altered Beast. I don't know if any of you have played Altered Beast before. This was like the first boss, or is it the first boss? Technically, yeah, the first boss that you would fight. But, like, ramped up difficulty. I'm trying to pick up the sword, but because of the area that it dropped in, it's not easy to pick it up, too. So that's gonna be a bit of a nuisance, to say the very least. Pick this up. Take that. You move out of the way. That's the other part, is, like, he just randomly starts electrocuting. I gotta dodge this, pick the blade up. By the time I pick it up, I'm not gonna be able to get that many whacks. Yep, there we go again. 1, 2, 3. I probably should have... I got chained into that. That's gotta love that. I said I was gonna probably die in this guy a lot, so that's why I was like, I'll get 9 lives. Oof. Get up, Scott. Don't walk into that electric ball. That would suck. Skill issue. Entirely a skill issue right now. I'm out of practice, too. I haven't played a while. Okay, we got that part done. Take that. Open your chest to me. Open your chest. What are you doing? Stop with the lightning. Stop. Cease and desist with this lightning cure, sir. Okay. I got his chest, but the problem is I didn't pay attention to his hands dropping. Because when his chest is exposed, that's his weak spot. Ow. Comboed the lightning into me. Pick up the sword. Pick up the sword. Please pick up the sword before he gets here. Alright. Let's go. Oh, I got punched in the face. How dare you. Okay, pick this up. Pick the sword up. Why are you not picking the sword up? I need this sword to be able to... Okay, I hit him a couple times. You see how he continues to ground pound? What he does? Like, now I can't... I'm trying to punch that open if I can. Can't pick up the sword. You see where the area of the sword is? Game is trolling me right now. A lot of tomfoolery. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Picked up. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Come on, open, open, open. Open your heart to me. No, we got combat there. That would have been perfect. I'm not going to be able to do any damage. Come on, Gideon. I'm in a good spot now. You should be able to not punch me. How did he hit me? I'm telling you, the hit collision detection in this game sometimes... This is why people say sometimes the game's, like, super hard. Just because of some of the nonsense in the game mechanics. Watch out. Look, I don't have any area to work with here. Now if he does lightning, like, I'm screwed. If he punches me, I should probably stop being so aggressive. And he moves away, then. I was like, okay, he's gonna drop the fist now because he's super far... You know, he's gotten hit a couple times. Now look at this. He's just, like, clowning on me right now. Gonna have to let him come back to here. Now he's gonna drop the fist. We got a couple of hits in, but that was not enough to make him super angry. Come on. Oh my goodness. We're just getting bounced around. Alright, I gotta use my angry face here. God damn it, man. Why won't you die? Oh, man. This game mechanic. This is the most cheesiest part of the boss fight. Look at that. He just, right after I was stun locked, too. Again. Gosh darn it. I'm very angry right now, guys. Super angry. Stop. Oh, I'm falling off. That's a skill issue. That's entirely a skill. But you punch me into him? Oh, boy. See, now you understand why I took the 10 lives when I did. Because he's harder, this fight, than the one that we have to do after this. Yes, there's more after this, believe it or not. Okay, open your chest. I gotta ram into the... Goodbye. Oh, he starts throwing the skulls. He's almost dead. But you see how hard of a fight he is? We would have lost our entire stock if I just had 3 lives. Come on. Okay, you missed, nerd. God damn it. This is why you don't call somebody a nerd with glasses. Why are you... Oh my goodness, I have like nowhere to really dodge to. That's the worst part about this. Come on. Open your chest. Open your chest, damn it. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. That's what I needed. I'm just really bad and out of practice, guys. Alright. Whew. You figure this would be the final boss of the game, and we're gonna have to do more. No. We have to now fight in his pleasure palace, which is a dirty name. I don't need to know what you do in your personal time, Gideon. I don't need to know that, you know, you practice in some self-care, I suppose, and some self-love. I don't need to know that, bro. Okay. And remember this creature that used to be a boss? Guess what? Now it's the regular enemies. Because why not? Okay, let's take them out. Goodbye. Take them out. The key is really, for a lot of the enemies in this particular area, you just gotta do, like, the aerial combos to knock them out. Ow! Go away. Peace out. I should have picked them up. Okay, more robots. Because this proves Gideon only has technology as his friend. Okay, so I gotta do... There's 2 robot tricks here. The ground pound for the white robots, and then the silver robot, the only way you can do is like a regular jump kick into a punch. Like that. But that's the only thing that works. You can't do the one because it just turtles too much. Which is kind of annoying. Okay. Oh, we're taking some unnecessary hits. I'm reaching game fatigue in a bit. This game is known to kind of wear on you a little bit because it gets hard, as you see. And this is average Joe setting. It gets much, much harder. If I picked the second setting, it would have been a nightmare. We would have been able to do it, but it was going to take multiple continues. And also, I probably would have molded way more on Gideon. And then there's another setting, too, where it's like Master Setting, Superior Master, which you might as well play Suicidal. You might as well have called it that, because, like, it's just... If you love yourself, you don't play that setting. Alright, let's go. Stop turtling me. Stop turtling me, bro. Get out of here, bro. Scram. Okay. I thought I had jumped completely over that. That makes me so sad. Okay. Ouch. Stop. What are you doing? Take that. Goodbye. Goodbye. Let's kick them. Those are a homage to the Mousers from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 through all the current games out. That's also to the Mousers. Everything in the stage, particularly here, is a homage to the Technodrome stage in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, Part 3, Turtles in Time, as well as Revenge of Shredder. Even though this came before Revenge of Shredder, so it really would have been just the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade games and beat-em-up games. Which... At some point, I would love to play them all, but I don't have the retro collection. I did not purchase it. It's gone on sale multiple times, but if I were to purchase it, I would have to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. And anybody that knows me personally knows that I have a grudge with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. It is one of the hardest games I've ever played in my life. It took me 20 years, literally, to beat Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The original one, that's not a beat-em-up. It took 20 years of my life. It is the bane of my existence. It is a game that if you put it on, or I come out to a stream and I see that game on, I leave the stream automatically because I have trauma. Much trauma of trying to beat that ridiculously hard game with the very limited continue system they give you. In particular, the last part of Technodrome, which right now is kind of paying a little bit of a nod to it, where you have the flying things on the jetpacks that just snipe you, and they basically take you out. I gotta get the uppercut attack right. I'm trying to do it, but remember, my Joy-Con does drift, so sometimes I don't register up the way it should. Okay, we have 7 lives. That's enough to take out Gideon's error form. Okay, those are like the transporters. Oh wow, look at that! Gideon made waifus. They look like cybernetic waifus. Apparently Gideon has a thing for blue hair. They actually look very similar to Ramona Flowers. I wonder if that was intentional. Take that. Oh. Ow. Ow. Don't shock me. They got like freaking electric batons too. The key to taking care of them is like just kind of getting them into a corner. Going kind of grapple. Another thing you could do is you could just use head pound stun like that if we can connect with them. But obviously they're not going to make it that easy. Like that. If you can get them into a corner and do that, you basically... automatically went. Those are the ones I'm talking about. These are exactly the dudes with jetpacks from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. These things I hate with a passion. actually, in that game. Like, they gave me actual literal trauma. I hate that game. Once I beat that game, I was like, I'm never playing this game ever again in my life. Like, not even pay me. Like, the only way I would do that is if I get to the 1,000 subscribers in partnership and I play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 on stream. But I wouldn't be able to beat it. I wouldn't remember how to beat it. Because I had to do, like, a lot of crazy shit to be able to beat that game. Let's get fighting software. Alright, so that's a lot of buffs to our weapon damage, defense, speed, as well as our strength. We could buy a whole bunch of these, but I'm not going to do it because I don't want to waste the precious currency that we already have concurrently. Alright, microwave chicken. I'm going to have to eat a couple of these microwave chickens because we're about to come up on the last boss fight. It's going to take us all our skill and all our power to be able to take down Gideon. Alright, let's do this. Microwave chicken. Chicken. Why is a microwave chicken like $6? I wish I could show you. Actually, it's $3.95. That seems like inflation. Actually, in my area, a microwave chicken meal will cost you about $9 to $10. And it's terrible. That's the worst part about it. Energy tank. That's a Mega Man reference, in case you don't want it. Alright, let's go fight the final boss in the game. We just gotta take care of a couple of flunkies before that. Oh. How dare you guys? It's the jetpack dudes. Those jetpack dudes, the bane of my existence in any video game. Take that. No. Okay. Take that. Take that. Goodbye. Goodbye, losers. Goodbye. Goodbye. I feel bad beating up on this cute cybernetic thing, though. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, robots need appreciation, understanding to you. Alright. Whew. We're on the final boss fight. Finally. The actual, real, final boss fight. Look at Gideon. He's all emo in that chair. He's like if he's in hell. Alright, Gideon Graves. Is age unknown. Is this the real Gideon? Powers unknown. He took out his actual sword. Ow. Take that. Take that. I could cheese him here. We could literally just cheese him in the corner at this point because he got stun lock. I don't know if I really want to do that, though. That seems very dishonorable. What do you think, guys? Should we keep him in the corner and just keep stun locking him until game over? I mean, you really won't get to see any of the boss game mechanics if I do it this way. I mean, it's technically an exploit in the game where if we just catch him in the corner, we could just keep doing this. I mean, it's going to take a while, obviously, because he's got a lot of health. I feel bad if we do this. Let's be a dude of honor. Let's give him a chance to fight back. Because nobody wants to watch me cheese him, right? That doesn't seem like that would be very fair. Or something any of you want to watch on stream. Right? So I should be fair and play kind of fair. I might be regretting that decision now. Let me pick up my sword. He knows I'm just going to spam that sword attack. Okay, fine. Let's go, Gideon. Oh, the sword broke. Okay, we're going to have to fisticuff. Take that. He actually is pretty easy, even without the sword and the cheese combo, to be able to actually take him out. Because obviously the hardest form is faced the Gideon we fought before, which was all but, I guess, a illusion of some sort, or a manifestation, some type of science project, perhaps. Take that. Oh, I just missed with the drop kick. Take that. Oh, he's turtling. Take that. I could combo him, maybe, to KO? No. We couldn't get an infinite there. Kick him in the face, though. We got him. Let's go. Kick him. Kick him. Okay, nice. Let's see. Can I get him? Ow. I gave him a opening. That was bad on my part. I should go for a spin kick. Oh, never mind. Shoulder ram for game. Haha, take that, loser. Goodbye, Gideon. It's a robot? What the hell? What does he do? What did he do? What did he do? Mega Man 2 reference. This is exactly how it happened in Mega Man 2, the final boss. Once you beat the final boss. Oh. Well, looks like Gideon is an actual nerd and actually doesn't have any fighting prowess whatsoever. Punch you in the face. Get out of here, loser. Ramona is now mine. I have won the love of my life. Yes, we have succeeded. Huzzah! Scott Pilgrim has won, I guess, the world? Scott Pilgrim conquers the world, I suppose? Not to be confused with Frankenstein conquers the world? Area cleared. Alright. Nice. Uh-oh. What's happening? What's this? Gotta get out of here. It's all exploding. That's another Mega Man reference. Alright, retreat to the cutscene. What do we got here? Well, the building is raining on top of it? It must be acid rain. The whole building collapsed. I guess we're looking on from a different area? Oh, okay. Interesting. I guess that means the reign of Gideon Graves in the Chaos Theater is now officially over. But apparently his Palace of Love still stands. We're gonna take over the Palace of Love, apparently? I guess so. I guess we have a new place to live. And so... Scott was saddened by Ramona's departure. Wait, so we didn't get the girl at the very end of the game? But only for a little while. Soon he was dating Knives, Kim, and Envy all at once. He was the happiest guy in the world. Or was he? Well, he's dating three women at the same time? That seems like a lot to kind of swallow. So, fun fact, the actual true ending of this game, you have to play the game through Ramona Flowers' perspective. And then you get the same ending that is in the movie and the comics. The reason I didn't do that was because I didn't want to spoil the movie for anybody. Because I haven't watched the movie yet. We're going to watch the movie tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. Steven Still's the talent. Lee, status hipster. Luke, 4 out of 10. Based on the press graphic novels by Brian Lee O'Malley, developed by Closed on Mondays, powered by Onyx Game Solution. We're going to watch some of the credits. We're not going to watch all of them. Kim Pine, Shopping Frenzy, Julie, Beep, Envy Adams, rating 100%. That was Ramona Flowers. Management, produced by Caroline Martin, Jeff Francis Valerie. So you can see Kim Pine, Rock Socks, Stacy Pilgrim, Scott's sister, Scott Pilgrim Awesome, Paparazzi Stunflash. Producer manager, Mark Andre Bovine, Lei Yu is the project coordinator. Look at that, Knives and Kim got together, they actually made out. Scott totally deserves her, but in the comics they implied that Knives and Kim made out drunk one day. I do hear there's something in the stories that implies they got together as well, which I think is kind of cool. Scott Pilgrim's girlfriend kicks ass. Knives Chow, Ronan Revolution Expert. Level designers, you can see that. Chipwagon. It wasn't called Chipwagon. Wallace, Scott's gay roommate. Scott Pilgrim's new move unlocked. Yeah, I do like Wallace as a character. I think it's cool. One good thing about Scott Pilgrim, people complain that it was like woke or whatever. I don't give a shit. These people get your mind out of that toxic type of mentality. But, you know, it's a really good, because it's all-inclusive, really, really inclusive, which I like. I hear they did some really good things with the show. I haven't seen it. I want to watch the show. But I figure I'd play the game, watch the movie, and then maybe we can watch some of the episodes together as watch along. Maybe we could break up into 2 parts, if we can. Alright. VI artist, Zhu Panjing. Well, Scott's willing to protect Ramona from the zombies, but Ramona Flowers relatively mysterious. Donnie, Kung Fu, Zombie Lucy, Samo, amazing. Samo is actually, who is it? The father of Knives Chow. Robot 01, Robot Jutsu. Robot Chuck wants to be a robot too. Poor Robot Chuck. Illustrations, Sarah Chimillard. Boom Crash and the Boys, who knocked everybody out with their music. Programmer, associate lead programmer. These credits are very long, like they're almost like a 20 or 30 minute credits. We're only seeing this part because I want you guys to see the fun part. Ryan, consumption effect 50 points. Wolverine needs to recover HP. Animator. Programmers, Charles Tremblay. I have fun with the game though. Don't get me wrong, I am definitely really rusty at it, but it's still a very fun game of mine, because it's from a source material that I really enjoy. Really enjoy the comics and the movie. I watch the movie from time to time, because I make jokes about it, like it's like my biopic in certain ways. Only because of really the Ramona side of things more so than Scott. Alberta, 11 out of 10, that's what they're called. Alright, data manager, Zhao Wei J, I think is how you pronounce that. If I butchered your name, I'm sorry. William, empty stomach. Oh, William finally found a girl. I'm not gonna say that because that's offensive to that girl. Audio. Oh, by the way, that was a reference to also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. That's a boss fight in it. BO, emergency. Those are reference to the Mouser Super Fighting Robot. Prototype of Kaizinger K. So they also threw in a Mazinger Z. Gideon looks like he's in hell right now. He's just looking on. Gideon Graves, lost in the void, never to return. Well, it looks like he has a gate there, though. He left it open for a possible sequel. Music, performed by Anamanaguchi. Definitely check out their music. They are so freaking good. Alright, and that's all the evil exes. And also Mr. Chow, who's in here randomly for some reason. Alright, the rest of these credits is really just going to be 10 minutes of Ubisoft productions. So I think we're going to throw our wings off, and we're going to bow out at that. And we'll do some just chatting here so we can go over the schedule. Yes, so that was a Scott Pilgrim versus the World, guys. The video game. It's a fun video game. I'm sorry if you want to watch the rest of the credits, but it's literally just Ubisoft patting themselves on the back for another 20 minutes, and why should you watch that, and why should we watch that? And the music is going to play itself in a loop, because it's only the 7 stages of the music, and there's no, like, really major thing at the end. It just says, thank you for playing, but there's no, like, extra special cutscene. That's why I'm going to cut it off there. So that was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That was the segue into tomorrow's movie watch-along of the same name. I wanted to do the game first so you guys could kind of have a feel for the universe. And then when you watch the movie, you'll be able to put it together and be like, oh, that's what all these things you were talking about in the game were about. Yes, yes, yes. I like to do a little bit of foreshadowing sometimes when I do content of this nature, guys. Let's take a look at the schedule, what we have left for this week. So, in case you are new to the channel, you didn't get to see anything, on Tuesday, we played Baldur's Gate 3. A brand new, fresh playthrough as Dragonborn. We're going to continue doing those playthroughs throughout the rest of the next coming weeks, so definitely take a look at that. On Wednesday, we, instead of Party Animals, unfortunately played Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. It was kind of rough in those streets, I'll be honest with you. It was, but we managed to hang our heads high and still get a couple wins there, despite how not so fun Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game is right now. I'm just going to be honest with you. Today, we played Scott Pilgrim versus the World at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry that this is a shorter stream, but obviously because the game is not very long, and I'm not gonna like play through the game again because I don't have the time to do that right now. It just kind of, it's better just end there. Tomorrow we're going to be doing our movie watch along of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, 8 p.m. Eastern instead of the usual 5 p.m. start time for regular streams, because I like to do it on a Friday night. You get to keep me company, I get to keep you company. It's a win-win deal. But as a reminder, with all movie watch-alongs, I cannot stream the movie. I can only stream my reactions to the movie. So you will have to have the movie streaming on your end. It is available on HBO Max with a subscription. So there is a very easy way. If you have HBO Max, which a lot of people do at this day and age, you will be able to watch it with me. It's also available to rent. Let me check where it would be available to rent. But I think it's really just HBO Max at this point. But let me double check. Might be also on YouTube. So Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is available on HBO Max with a subscription, YouTube Prime with subscription, Hulu Prime, or excuse me, Hulu Premium with subscription, the Roku channel, Amazon Prime with a premium subscription, and you can also rent it from Google Play, Apple TV, and Fandango. So, pretty much if you're subscribed to either Amazon, YouTube, HBO Max, or Hulu, you're good to go. Sorry for Netflix users, because if you're only Netflix user, you won't be able to watch the movie there that way. So, I apologize for that. My bad, but hey, I wanted to watch this movie. I gave these guys an easy way to watch it anyway, right? And we did do a lot of super free movies where it was like on Tubi and stuff, where you had a way of watching it, so it's now we get back to that. Okay, then on Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, Stardew Valley will take center stage. We're gonna go visit my cute redhead Penny wife in it. We're gonna kind of play through season, try to get more of the community center done, and just kind of have a nice chill time there. And then on Sunday there is no stream. The Stardew Valley is 9 a.m. Eastern Saturday morning stream. Again, apologies I wasn't able to get a Saturday morning stream out to you last week. I did have something recorded, but it didn't go very well. It was like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel stream, and I was frustrated because the matches were terrible and we were getting people who had dirty names, and I just wasn't in a good mood that day because it was just, you know, life. We're all entitled to have a bad day, right? So I felt like it was better not to have that one air, and unfortunately I haven't had time to re-record something, you know, I didn't have time to re-record for that, so, you know, you're gonna get some Stardew Valley for me. So, on Sunday's the rest day, and then we'll have the new schedule up on Sunday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern, which will have definitely some more Baldur's Gate, and I'm, like, changing things up so that it's not the same games that we've been doing for a while, just because I need a break, like I said, because if not, I'm getting, like, a lot of gamer burnout, and I'm also getting a lot of, like, content creator burnout, which is not good, because content creator burnout is bad. It makes you grumpy, it makes you not in a good mood, and I don't want to make content, like, in that type of mind state, because A, the content doesn't come out good, B, you can't focus, and C, like, then what's the point in doing it, right? So, that's why there. But with that being said, this is going to be the end of the stream, because we finished the game a little bit earlier than I was expecting. Thank you to all my chatters, thank you to all my lurkers, VOD watchers, if you watched all the way to the end. Definitely make sure to leave an emoji of some sort, either a sword or a fighting emoji, something that kind of represents Scott Pilgrim in a certain way, so that I know that you watched to the very end. Anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it, and most importantly, I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow when we watch Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the movie.